Hello, good morning, and welcome in everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be the weekend check-in for the collective. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid, guys. This could happen this weekend. This message may or may not be for you, so just take what resonates. Leave behind the rest. I always like to talk about what comes through in my astrology channeling each morning, and then I like to jump in with the cards. So hit that subscription button. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and share the video, especially if you are resonating with the message. And also remember, the tarot is about guidance and self-empowerment. I'm not here to tell you what to do. The cards are not here to tell you what to do, but the cards are here to nudge you in the right direction. So if something is triggering you, that's pointing to an unhealed wound. So take all of these readings as an opportunity to step into your power. Okay, guys, create the life you want. So let's jump into these astrology channelings. And so we've got Mercury sextile Mars happening on Saturday, and we also have Mars sextile Chiron this weekend. And so these energies were warning. I feel it was like a warning. We shouldn't be rushing into things, right? And so think about it. When we rush into relationships without proper planning, without proper foresight, it usually leads down the road to an unstable foundation and a whole lot of conflicts. And so I feel it's really important, though, to take risks. It's important to take risks and embrace new opportunities, but it's also crucial to do this with a little bit of caution and a little bit of discernment. And so when we don't have a clear understanding of the potential consequences, usually we do experience unexpected setbacks when it comes to these new beginnings. And so I feel the energy really is indicating somebody here is in a cycle, feeling very unfulfilled, likely lacking stability, or maybe just not feeling connected to the people that are surrounding them. So this could be you, this could be somebody you're connected with. And I understand how hard it is, how tough it is to take a leap of faith, especially when you're feeling uneasy, when you're feeling unfulfilled, and when you're not sure what's on the other side of that leap of faith. But the message was loud and clear. It's time to face the music. It's time to face a challenge head on. And the energy, I feel, is saying this is a wake-up call. Somebody here, I feel, is feeling trapped in an unfulfilled situation, whether it's a relationship, a work situationship, a home situation. Something here is holding you back, or somebody you're connected to back, from taking a risk and pursuing dreams. And so this wake-up call, I feel, is asking the collective to address the root of the feelings. So why are these feelings coming up again and again and again, the same feelings? And how can you work towards creating more stability in your life, more fulfillment in your life? And so the energy has been loud lately. The energy really is suggesting a new beginning here, a fresh start, but you have to be willing to purge the old and to take a risk into the new cycle. And so this combination of energies, I feel, is really loud when it comes to the need to let go of the past grievances, past experiences, any situations that are no longer serving you in order to embark upon the spiritual path. And so what is it that you need to leave behind? Oftentimes we need to leave behind what is familiar. And when I say familiar, we go into these circumstances a lot of the times without proper planning, rushing into something that feels familiar. And that would be connected to a family pattern. And just because it feels familiar does not mean that it's safe. And so when we embark upon breaking free from the familiarities of childhood, it can be both scary and it can be very exciting. But ultimately, this breaking apart of what is familiar is necessary for our growth. It's necessary for the pursuit of our true path. And so these energies combined, I feel, are expressing a very complex, a very intense situation where you might be trapped in a cycle of addiction, materialism, and negativity, and you might be struggling to break free from it. And so addictions do come in many forms. Addictions can be cigarettes, can be drinking, can be overeating, can be shopping, can be addicted to other people when it comes to a trauma bond. What is it that you're struggling to break free from? Because I was shown the Eight of Cups and the Devil. The Eight of Cups is the need to seek that spiritual path, to find that emotional fulfillment. And the devil represents temptations that are holding somebody back here. And so I feel we're at a critical moment in the collective of massive self-reflection. We're still in Mercury retrograde. And so decision making does lead us to transformational experiences. So we do have to be ready to leave something behind. In order to step into the new, we have to leave the old behind, because the universe can't bring you what it is you're asking for if you're still holding on to yesterday's baggage. And so whether it's a relationship, a job, maybe it's the city you're living in, maybe you need to pack up and like ship out of where you're living at. But either way, it's about walking away from what's familiar, heading into the unknown. And that was a very loud message in yesterday's reading. So if you missed yesterday's reading, go check it out, because the Eight of Cups is saying, hey, it's time to move on. You probably know deep down inside what it is that you need to move on from, but you're going to be tempted, right? And so you're not a tree, honey. You're not a tree. You can move. You can pick up those roots and move somewhere else. So do not be tempted to fall back into old habits, back into old relationship cycles or addictions during this time of change, because it can be tempting. And the devil is sneaky, honey. The devil is sneaky. And so I feel the universe is telling you, in order to move forward, you do need to let go of the past, and you need to face your fears. You need to face your demons, and it's not going to be easy. It never is easy, but it's necessary. And so what is it that you need to break the chains from in order to take control back of your life? And so huge energy suggesting a period of massive changes. I was also shown the moon and the Seven of Cups. And so there is a need to address your choices, your past choices, and maybe face some consequences when it comes to a poor decision. But I do feel there's unforeseen issues below the surface here that are likely causing problems either for you or a relationship. But it's important to be aware of these unforeseen issues. And it's really important to trust your intuition and to allow your intuition to guide you. So don't be afraid to dive deep into the psyche of your emotions. I do feel right now we are receiving valuable insights. We're on this path of self-discovery. And so most importantly, be willing to trust your gut. Be willing to trust your gut intuition. And do not just allow your emotions to guide you, because you do need a little bit of logic when it comes to this journey of self-discovery. So let's jump in a little bit further with the tarot, and let's see what else needs to come through. So guys, I would also like to mention, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out the description box below. If you would like a more personalized message, there are several options for different reading scales. I'd love to get that booked in for you, so go check it out. But let's see what needs to come through with the tea leaf deck. I worked locally in town at a little shop called Mrs. Bell's Tea Room last night, and I was inspired by all of my sessions last night to use the tea leaf deck. And so we get the fly. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall in certain people's situations. But this does feel like a period of ill health and depression. And then we get the bat right below the fly. So take care. Actually, bats eat flies. And there are frenemies working against you here. So you got some friends here that really aren't your friends. You got enemies disguised as friends here. And I feel you're going to be mindful. There are people working against you. And so this might be causing a period of ill health or depression. But what I like below that is the rainbow. And so after the storm does come the rainbow. And so the most difficult part of this situation is probably over. So do not back down from opposition. We got a bull. We got Taurus energy here. This could be connected to that Uranus energy that played out. But do not back down from opposition. Show your strength. Show your fortitude. I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull. And so when you piss off a bull, you better get out of the way. So I feel somebody here is bulldozing through a very karmic situation, recognizing the enemies that are working against them disguised as friends. And this could very well be a younger woman. I heard older man. So there could be a situation with an older man and a younger woman when it comes to a dealing or a relationship. And somebody here is really needing to kind of take a break. We get the Hammock card out next. So I think somebody just needs to take a pause, take a step back. We could have a younger woman here that is physically and mentally drained. What else needs to come through? Okay, we'll take it. And then we get dogs. And so getting together with friends. There's a get together with friends here. And usually dogs are very loyal. But I feel a wish will not be granted. I feel somebody here is leaving your life. Maybe it's this younger woman. Maybe this younger woman has somebody leaving her life. But there's going to be a get together with friends. There's a dark man in the mix here. Whenever I think of a dark man, I think there's some very dark energies here connected to this man. And I think like the fun and games are over here. And so if you're struggling, you do need to trust that you will be taken care of in difficult times. But I feel there might be a get together with some friends. And it might feel like a celebration. I'm kind of feeling like a 3 of Cups in reversed energy here. And the party's over. And so get ready to face some opposition. I do feel if you're struggling, trust that Spirit will always take care of you in those difficult times. But this has been a very long journey. There's wisdom that you're attaining from this very long journey. I think physically it's been draining. Mentally it's been draining. And it is going to leave you wiser at the end. So let's go a little bit further here and let's use the Tarot of Dreams deck. Let's see what else needs to come through for the weekend check-in. And so there's some truth. There's truth coming to light. And then we get the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So there could be an epiphany, an aha moment about a huge missed opportunity. I just noticed 11:11 on the timer. But this is be careful what you wish for. I do feel there's a huge loss here. You might have to lose it all in order to step into this truth. But we're going to see what needs to come through. Let's see what else needs to come through. We could have 2 people here, a younger woman and a dark man that have tried to prevent somebody from going towards a new beginning. But let's get 9 of these cards out and let's see what needs to come through. Oh, we get an Empress reversed on the bottom of the deck now. And so this is Taurus, Libra. We have an Empress reversed here. We could have a younger woman that doesn't know her worth, doesn't know her value, has been overly reliant on other people's advice, not listening to her intuition, holding on to a situation where it's just not working out. The Lovers in reversed is something toxic, codependent. I do feel there's a very toxic trauma bond here. And we've got a younger woman here, I feel, that is not willing to move on from something that Spirit has said, hey, it's time to get out of this situation. And so there's a lack of harvest. There's a lack of growth. There's a lack of financial stability here. The Empress here, upright, will nurture everything. She can grow anything. Somebody here is really struggling with codependencies. The Empress reversed is needy, clingy, wants to control a situation. And I feel it's kind of time to face the music. It's kind of time to face the lesson. So let's cut the deck and let's see what needs to come through for a message today. But that was pretty loud. And we got the first card out the gate. We got that Chiron energy. We've got the wounded healer. We've got somebody here deeply wounded. But this is about the truth coming to light. And so the 7 of Swords reversed. We've got the Moon. There is something here hidden below the surface. There is a need to address some past pain, some past heartbreak. There is a need to take the rose-colored glasses off and to face some fear and to make a decision. So what else do we got? We got the Chariot reversed. Well, this ain't good. This is something coming to a dead stop. There could be an emotional breakdown here with the Palace of Cups in reverse. We got Cancer energy. Then we get the 5 of Swords in reversed, Aquarian energy. There is a need to recognize self-sabotaging behaviors. I do feel somebody's holding the sword of truth and still in this state of denial. We get the Palace of Swords in reversed. We get the Sun. Thank God we got the Sun, because the Sun comes to bring in a brilliant epiphany. This is illumination. This is somebody being reoriented on their divine path. And then we close it off with Death. And so there we got it. We got a profound transformation here. There's an ending. Maybe with a Scorpio, maybe with a Leo. Bottom of the deck, we got a Queen of, not a Queen, I'm sorry, a King of Swords. I don't know why I said Queen. We've got a King of Swords. We could have a masculine really in his feminine energy. But we've got a masculine here that I feel has maybe been withholding communication, receiving downloads. I feel Aquarian energy. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be a Virgo. Doesn't have to be. But we've got a King of Swords here that is receiving divine knowledge, is receiving divine downloads, and is really just taking it all in. The Hermit kind of goes within. We've got somebody here, I feel very withdrawn, not really communicating, really shining a light on some negative vices here. And I feel blocks are being removed. And maybe this King of Swords is feeling foolish. There could have been a missed opportunity to take a leap of faith. I think there's fear about taking a leap of faith because it might require some blind faith. Ultimately, we've got a wounded healer here, and so there's enemies working against you. I do feel maybe there's been some blocked communication here. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, this is truths coming to light, and maybe this has taken 7 years to come to light. There could be a 7-year cycle reaching completion, but the moon is saying, hey, it's time to face your fears. I do feel emotions are going to be heavy. I do feel there's a situation here that's riddled with self-sabotaging behaviors, and there's a need to recognize there's a huge lack of love here. The Palace of Cups in reversed is the love is gone. There's no love left here. And when there's no love, there's no abundance. And so the Palace of Cups reversed, the Palace of Coins reversed. I just heard, be willing to separate fact from fantasy. And so the Sun is coming to shine a light on a situation that does need to end. This is going to create profound change, profound transformation. There's a need to shed the old to bring in the new. So let's clarify the death energy, because this is an ending. A wish is not going to get granted, but that's likely for your own protection. So let's clarify the death card. We get the Five of Cups in reversed. We get the Six of Cups in reverse now. And we get the Ace of Wands. And so the second you release a situation that's not meant for you is the second you tap into this new creative potential. And so endings are not easy. Not at all, in any way, shape, or form. This is challenging. I do feel somebody here is struggling with guilt. They're clinging to a past situation, I feel, or the memories of the past. There could be third-party interference here with this Five of Cups. I feel strong Scorpio. It's like triple Scorpio energy here. And so the Sun is kind of shining a light on a situation that's likely a trauma bond. Two people no longer on the same page. And there is a need to go towards a new creative endeavor. And so all endings do lead to new beginnings. But first, it's going to break your heart. There's a need to get yourself unstuck here. There might be a younger woman here that's clinging to a relationship because she doesn't know her worth. She doesn't know her value. She might be struggling financially. Maybe she doesn't know how to take care of herself. This is also somebody that needs to withdraw their efforts. Stop investing in people that are not investing in you. The Four of Cups in reversed is saying, hey, get yourself unstuck. Get yourself out of a state of depression, out of a state of boredom. I do think get ready for some harsh communication here. I do feel now we've got an Emperor in reversed. I feel there's a need to just release. There's two people here. I feel all they do is circle back around to the same old song and dance, the same old argument time and time again. And there's so much fear of walking away, I feel, due to some triggers when it comes to a core abandonment wound. And so the spark is gone. I do feel there's some type of karmic reckoning going on here. So let's clarify the Palace of Cups in reversed. Because I do feel there's a situation here that is just emotionally draining. So let's clarify the Palace of Cups in reverse, because that's also a timing card. So we get the Tower. This is happening immediately. And I do feel this ending has been avoided up until now. I feel this strong energy of clinging to something that was false. This is something that was never built on solid ground in the first place, and it's time to break it apart. When the Tower comes out reversed, this is unavoidable change. You're not going to be able to rebuild here. You're going to have to rebuild somewhere else, and it's going to require a whole lot of self-love. And so when we don't pour into ourselves, then we are reflecting back to us that we're not worthy of that unconditional love. And so there's something here very toxic. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. This is a life force activation. And so everything you wished for, everything you've dreamed for is on the other side of this very confusing situation. If it's confusing you, if it's creating fogginess, it's not meant for you. If you're with somebody that is trying to tempt you to stay caged up in that little box that they've created for you, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. But I do feel it's time to get this wake-up call. This is a major wake-up call. There could be addictions here that have really skewed somebody's better judgment. But this is about going towards loving yourself, doing the most loving thing that you can do for yourself today. Because there's somebody new, I feel, trying to enter your life. But you first have to break the chains of a very toxic situation here. So what is the devil? I do feel this is potential consequences. Oh, look at, we got 2 cards out. So what is the devil? It's codependencies, it's jealousy, it's control issues, power struggling dynamics, 2 people not on the same page is what I feel. And there's a need to understand that this is never going to get balanced out. I just feel there is a separation here. There's 2 people parting ways, but it is leading to a clean slate. It is going to lead to a new beginning, but you might have to start over from ground zero. You might have to start over with absolutely nothing and build yourself back up again, but there is an opportunity for a new beginning here. So get honest with yourself here. Why are you holding on to a situation where you're not trusting your intuition? It's creating fear, it's creating darkness. And I do feel there's a feminine here that really needs to step into her worth, step into her value, and start pouring into her own cup. We get Gemini, Taurus, Libra, Pisces. And so get ready to break yourself free from a situation that has really squandered your self-worth. And I do feel get ready to speak up and to be heard. So let's close this off with the spiritual journey oracle message. What else do we need to know? Because this tower is imminent and it is to redirect you onto your true path. So do not back down from opposition. I do feel there is ill health here, but the most difficult part is over. And now it's just time to embrace the fallout. And there was a fallout. And so there's some major life changes ahead here. So get ready to face these changes head on. This is part of your expansion journey. I think it's time to surrender to this healing journey. And so there's some deeply embedded past life trauma here. There's some deeply embedded trauma in the soul's DNA here that you need to face, that you need to redefine. But in order to redefine your life and your DNA structure, you're going to have to face your deepest, darkest hurt. So how can you surrender and release the ego? The ego seeks to control. The ego holds and clings and doesn't let go. And so the divine is much more powerful than your egoic agenda. And so get ready for some upheaval. There's going to be some upheaval here. A period of rest is going to be needed. But this is about opening up to really understanding your self-worth and your self-value. And so we all have immeasurable value. We all hold immeasurable value. And if somebody doesn't recognize your worth and recognize your value, then that's not your person. It's time to understand your beautiful, distinct purpose. Nobody else can claim it. So quiet the mind, allow the clarity to come through, because this truly is a gift for your soul's evolution. And that is what I have for a weekend check-in, guys. So I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out the description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.